On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
Let me say something, because I think another thing that gets misconstrued is that he made high value man up. That term has been around since the 80s. He just made it popular within our community. So he didn't make it up. That wasn't his term that he all of a sudden thought in his head. So that term has been around. He popularized it in our community. And I can't say that he was not a high value man. That Average at Best came out almost 2 years ago, but prior to that, he was successful as a YouTuber as well too. So I'm pretty sure, and he was. Even if you see the average,
can y'all just please deal with what I said, right? Based on his criteria, right? Based on his standard.
It's not his criteria, so let's take that
yes,
out.
It was. He put all this stuff together. There was no criteria that was put together like that.
No, it was from someone else.
Meets opportunity. That's what people consider luck, so on and so forth. Hey man, I think if you put the hard work in, because listen, Logic, you know I spent 20 years in Atlanta. I was at Rovella's. I could name you at least 4 or 5 different alumni that came out of Rovella's almost famous, right? Some of them was good rappers, some of them was trash rappers. But even the trash rappers that make it, right? It's not even luck. They put the work in. The trash rappers that we tend to complain about, we listed, oh, this trash, whoop, whoop, whoop. Why they even on radio? Whoop. They put the work in. That ain't luck that they there. They putting the work in. So I just respectfully disagree with the notion that for an individual that's putting the work in, and what I also am learning more and more about Kevin Samuels in his passing. Hey man, that man was strategic, bro. He was strategic and on purpose and intentional. And so I can't sit up here and say in honest dialogue that he got lucky because Average at Best hit. He was going to hit at some point regardless. You know why he was going to hit? Yeah. You know why he was going to hit? Let me tell you why he was going to hit, Logic. Why you shaking your head? He was going to hit because he had already had conversations about switching the content, switching the direction, switching the
Rilla, hold on. You forgetting something. He had multiple viral videos before the Average at Best one hit. The Average at Best one took him out of here.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
He had hit World Star multiple times before the Average at Best one hit.
That's even more context. But the point that I'm making ultimately, because when we had these conversations, I really am sensitive, emotional, whatever, but I'm sensitive to the audience. And there's so much misinformation being spread right now. I just think it's important we pause and get the facts lined up. That man worked. And even for these trash rappers, Logic, hear me out. Even for these trash rappers, we say trash rappers, right? When they hit a Thugger, I think Future, I think Thugger is trash. I think Future is trash. I think a lot of the mumble rap era, I think they trash, right? But they continue to hit because they put in the work, right? So I can't take that from KS or any other YouTuber in this space. JR will be the first to tell you about the work that it takes to put on what he's doing. Right.
Hey, let me back up. Let me retract. I don't want to say necessarily retract something, but let me bring a little bit of clarity to something here, right? There is a reason why KS was saying, hey, you need to have earned 6 figures or more for 3 years, right? Because it takes time. That's the diligence. That's the hard work. That's the dedication, right? Because you could do something and allow you to make the bag for a year or 2 years. But trying to hold that 3 years on, that I think that's kind of what I was getting at. Maybe I didn't say it right or whatever, but I think that's what I was speaking to when I was saying, like, you can look up and get the bag, bro.
But values and money don't always go hand in hand.
Hold on 1 second, Lady T. Hold on. Let me answer this real quick for the gentleman jump in and get busy. And I don't know if maybe Logic or Anton maybe could answer better than what, because there was 6 points to being a high value man. So high owner and high value, there is a distinction. No, I think it was 6, Court. Well, maybe you could expound better. If you can expound better, cool. I just always remember it being 6, and I may be off. But I remember 1 being earning 10K a month or 100,000 a year, adjusted for I think he said Atlanta in particular, adjusted for those markets, right? So if you're in Chicago, you would adjust accordingly, right? So 6 figures, 10K or more. Then you have to be useful to the group. Number one, you have to be recognized by the group, right? Then you have to be useful to the group. Then you have to be LinkedIn level. LinkedIn level, meaning, no disrespect, but entrepreneurs go in and they say, hey, I'm an entrepreneur, right? And LinkedIn level means, no, I'm the CEO of this. I'm the SVP, senior vice president of this. I'm the regional vice president of that, blase, blase, blase. And then I feel like there's 2 or 3 more that I'm forgetting. I'm sure Courtney will.
Okay, let me add one part in, right? See, this I guess is my problem. You know what I'm saying? I'm the only one that keep it real. Like, look, even if based on that, one of his criteria was 10 years, right? So you had to do all
10 years. Nobody said 10 years. It was 3 years. It wasn't even 5, really. It was 3.
3 to 5.
Well, let's keep it funky though. He didn't even fit his own criteria.
But you know what y'all keep missing? Logic.
No. Deal with that.
Wait, Logic. Hold on.
Can you please know?
Hold on, y'all. Y'all gotta let each other finish. Y'all gotta let each other finish. Y'all gotta let each other finish, y'all.
He's gonna go into some. No, he's about to go into some mess. No,
I ain't going into no mess. I'm just saying.
Hold on, y'all.
Just deal with what I said.
Listen, Logic. Listen, 1 second. The man came out saying this is based on the clients that I deal with. If okay, Logic, the barber you go to, if the barber you go to come back saying what he's heard from you and his other clients, is his point of view not valid? If he's not living that, he's not making the money that you make, he's not in the circles that you're in, Logic. So you can come back whenever you're ready. But this is the truth.
How do we know how much money he was making?
Wait, hold on, Ed.
Wait. How can we make an? I don't even understand how this continued.
Hold on, y'all. We can't talk over each other, y'all. Come on, let's one at a time.
Let me ask you a question.
Clear on this.
Let me ask you a question. Why does this continue to, like, I thought this was a general question. Why does this continue to come back to Kev? I don't understand that.
Because really keep bringing it back to him.
Okay.
Well, let me say something. Let me say something, because I think another thing that gets misconstrued is that he made high value man up. That term has been around since the 80s. He just made it popular within our community. So he didn't make it up. That wasn't his term that he all of a sudden thought in his head. So that term has been around. He popularized it in our community. And I can't say that he was not a high value man. That average at best came out almost 2 years ago, but prior to that, he was successful as a YouTuber as well too. So I'm pretty sure, and he was. Even if you see the average,
can y'all just please deal with what I said, right? Based on his criteria, right? Based on his standard.
It's not his criteria, so let's take that.
Yes,
out.
it was. He put all this stuff together. There was no criteria.
No,
No, it was from someone else.